Hello, my name is Joshua Jewell. Join me as I share my passion for Africa's wildlife and people. Here I will share with you my stories and adventures as an African safari guide.
Okie dokie, hello and welcome to the first episode of JJ Africa Adventures Safari Stories. So I'm starting this channel to tell stories of my time out in the bush. My name is Joshua Jewell and I'm in the process of training to be a safari guide. I'm from the US in Arizona and I'm in love with Africa. I came here a few months ago. Just kind of one of those things where COVID made me realize what actually mattered to me in life, and what mattered to me was to do some things I wasn't doing, which included coming to Africa. So I came here and I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I've been training it to be a safari guide, just completed 3 months of training, and boy was it fun. So I'm committed. I'm going to become a safari guide, and this channel will hopefully be me telling stories of my journey into that world, including a lot of the encounters with animals. That's kind of be the main theme. So, before we really hop into one of the first stories I want to share with you, so bear with me for a moment, just some updates on the current plan. So, I've completed 3 months of training. I'm in. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm committing to becoming a guide. The problem right now is with COVID, the guiding industry is dead. I can go volunteer with anti-poaching units, which is perfectly fine. No problem with that at all. Or I can take advantage of this downtime in the guiding industry to go and learn another trade compatible with guiding. So I have 2 arrows in my quiver instead of just 1. So I'm actually heading back to the States here pretty soon to study gunsmithing. And we'll talk more about that later. But even though I'll be in the States in the near future, I'm going to keep this channel running and just tell you more and more stories of what's happened while I've been in Africa. So, now that we got that stuff aside, let's jump to one of the first stories I want to share with you guys, which is about Daga boys. Okay, so Daga boys are Cape Buffalo, but they're not just Cape Buffalo. They are lonely male bull, big angry things of meat, flesh, and horn that want to kill you. That's a Daga boy, solitary Cape Buffalo. And the Cape Buffalo, it's hard to explain to people that have never encountered buffalo on foot. You say, this big giant cow thing wanted to kill me, and they're like, yeah, it's a big giant black cow thing. What's the problem? The problem is that these big giant black cow things cover 15 meters per second. 15, running at 54 kilometers per hour. They're flipping fast. And they are just aggressive. So, the solitary buffalo, a little bit, I guess, about the buffalo behavior first, because that is important to understand the story that happened with that. So, buffalo form essentially 3 kind of social groups. You got your breeding herds, which are a group of females that are all related to each other and their calves. And you're going to have some satellite bulls that hang around the edges of that herd that pop in to do the breeding. And then the second group you're going to have is bachelor herds. Now, bachelor herds, they're like your college bros that aren't really dating anyone, aren't going anywhere in life. They're just kind of chilling on the pad, eating pizza, playing video games. That's a bachelor herd. So, the bachelor herd of buffalo is just a bunch of young bulls that are just banded together because they're not quite big enough to compete for the ladies yet, but they also don't really want to be alone. And then your third group, the Daga boys. These are your solitary buffalo. These are the guys. These are the guys. These are the ones who are big, who have grown large enough that they are not afraid of anything. They aren't afraid of lions. They're not afraid of leopard or any of the other predators, hyenas, they don't care. Because they are more big. And they are the ones that get the ladies. Which might be a life lesson for all of us men. But the thing with these buffalo is because these Daga boys hang out on their own, they're very easy to run into by accident. And they are mean. They are mean. It's like they wake up and they're like those people who wake up in the morning and are just like, I hate everything, give me coffee. Except they never get their coffee, so they just wake up and go, I hate everything. That's a Daga boy. So, now we got that out of the way there. The story. So, I was doing a trails guiding course, and trails guiding is doing a safari experience but on foot. So you've got about 10 people, your first rifle, your second rifle, and then 8 guests. So in this case, we actually had, we had 10 people. It was first rifle, me in training as second rifle, and then another one of our instructors with a rifle right behind me just to watch me and make sure everything was going, and then the 7 other students. So we're walking along, I'm carrying this big 4.58 through the bush, and I'm following my lead rifle, and we get to this hill, we cross around this hill, and oxpeckers take off. Where's my phone? Okay, there we go. So oxpeckers are a little bird, I'm going to play the sound they make for you, that are one of the major indicators of large mammal presence in the area. They hang out on these big mammals like buffalo, giraffe, and they pick the ticks off of them. They're on animals as small as warthog. And where's oxpecker? There we go. And they have a very, very distinct sound. Let's see. That shh. When you are walking in the bush and you hear that from way too close, that's a terrifying sound. So we're walking along, and these oxpeckers fly up from just off to our right, going shh, shh. And we're wondering, what's going on? Because we look at where they came up from, there's nothing. There's a little patch of grass and a tree. There's nothing there. And we're just wondering, what's going on there? Me being a new guy, I was going, I think those are oxpeckers, but I don't know. And our lead rifle, he's going, is there something there? And the guy behind me, our other instructor, he's going, are they like eating termites? That doesn't make sense, because there's no place for anything to hide. And then, out of that patch of grass, which is 7 meters away, about 22-ish feet, this Daga boy, this buffalo, just rises out of the grass. I don't know how it hid there, but it was like this. It's like something from a movie, just dun 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 dun. It just slowly rose. It looked like it was in slow motion. This great big proper buffalo. And you just hear 3 rifles go, and we're all just pointing at this buffalo, waiting. Because 7 out of 10 times when they get woken up that close by 10 people with the oxpecker's alarm calling, they're flipping pissed and they want to moor whoever woke them up. So he looks at us and we look at him for about 3 eternities. And my heart's just going like that, but I'm ready. And after those 3 eternities, the rifle behind me, he motions to the guests, which are the rest of the staff who are being trained, to move behind him and to go down the hill, which they do, and he moves with them. And there's just me and the first rifle looking at this buffalo still. And he's looking at us, and then he slowly walks off away from us uphill. And we start backing off down the hill, and once he's out of sight, the first rifle, he tells me, okay, make your rifle safe. So I unchamber the round and make the rifle so it's unloaded, and we just go walk down to the rest of the group. And as I'm going down the hill there, I'm like, there's something wrong with my legs. They're they're shaking an awful lot. This is very peculiar. Yeah, so adrenaline. Wow. So that was the encounter with a buffalo that I had at 7 meters. Yeah, a Dugga boy. He just looked at it. It was terrifying, but awesome. So cool. I think I'm an addict. The African trail has got me. So there you have it. There's my first story for you about our encounter with the buffalo. And there's a few more details that go into that for like why it behaved the way it did. And I'll probably talk a lot more about buffalo as we go along. But I think I'll leave it right there for now. And next time, got a story for you. I think about wild dogs, because we ran into wild dogs on foot, which if you know anything about wild dogs, you know that's incredibly rare. So that's coming up next. And hopefully you will like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to get a monthly or bi-monthly newsletter that I put out that just has stories of what's going on, pictures that I'm taking of the animals in the bush, then just write your email in the comments or message me on my Instagram page, JJ Africa Adventures. JJ Africa Adventures, no spaces, and no funny letterings for things. So you can like and follow that page if you'd like as well. And hopefully we'll just keep this rolling. So cheers, and talk to you later.